Hey party people, it's Melissa Risden and I want to tell you about what I think life is really about. It was years ago when I was going through a very difficult time in my life. I'm not sure how many of you guys know this or not, but I went through a divorce, which was one of the things that is the most difficult things I think I've ever gone through. But at this point in my life, I'm extraordinarily grateful for it. It's put me on this path. And so I definitely would say that it was in my destiny and in my learning. And one of the things somebody very dear and important to me said when I was going through this very difficult time, she said, Melissa, life is about having a relationship with yourself. When she said that to me, I thought she was freaking crazy. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Life's about having a relationship with yourself? I had no comprehension of what it was that she meant. And it's amazing to me years later. I think I may have heard that like 7 or 8 years ago. And it is so true when you actually start really to understand that is life is about having a relationship with yourself. It's about how well do you know yourself? Do you know your needs? Do you know your emotions? Do you know what your wants? Do you know what you get like, when you don't eat, when you do eat, when you're cranky? How well do you know yourself? And also I would say on top of that, how well do you communicate to others what you know about yourself? There's some awesome tools online that I'll share with you. I'll put them in the video and the link below. There's a few ones out there that I think are great. There's like a needs assessment test that actually kind of talks to you about what one of your top needs are. A top need of mine is to understand. So I know that when I hear myself saying, I don't understand, or I'm getting a little bit frustrated, that's a top need of mine. So it's like, okay, great. I know I need to understand, and I know I need to feel understood. So what questions can I ask so I begin to understand and I begin to feel understood? I learned that I think maybe a year and a half ago, and it's just completely changed my life because when I start to get a little bit frustrated, I actually stop and remember it's just because I don't understand. How can I ask different questions? So that's one I highly recommend. And my favorite one that I talk to people about all the time is the 5 love languages. Dr. Gary Chapman created this. He was a therapist, and he just discovered while he was interviewing couples that one couple, one side of the relationship, like the woman maybe didn't feel loved, but the man felt loved, and he's like, I totally feel love from her because she does this, and I feel that, and she does these kind of things. So just to keep this short and quick, I'll just share with you what the 5 love languages are, because I think it's extraordinarily important that you know this about yourself. So the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, quality time, and gift giving. And it's a really great thing to understand what it is what's your number one love language. What's the best way for you to feel love towards yourself and from other people? So I crack up because when I took this test, it came out that it was words of affirmation, and there was something about it, like I didn't want words of affirmation to be my love language. And I kind of crack up in hindsight because I was, I've created this whole program about the inner critic because I was so critical of myself. I was constantly verbally beating myself up. And I realized these words of affirmation is that I'm not giving myself the words of affirmation that I need to feel loved. So I'm not feeling loved by myself. I'm not feeling respected by myself. I'm not really feeling honored by myself. And then how is it that I am able to receive love from other people if I'm not even understanding and recognizing how it is that it most works for me? If you have children in your life, oh my God, it's phenomenal way to start to understand these love languages and start to navigate, because a key trick is learning what your love language is. And the thing I think that's a whole step up is learning the love language of somebody that you love. And if it's a different love language, give them that. So, for instance, I have a 9-year-old niece. Her name is Abby, and she's so obvious what her love language is. She comes running up to you with, a shiny penny, a picture she drew. She doesn't run up and hug you. She runs up and gives you something. So gift giving is her number 1 love language, and gift giving is like my 5th. If you want me to feel loved, don't bother buying me a gift. Send me a note. Tell me that you love me. Tell me I look pretty. Those are things that light me up. I've had to learn to accept gifts, that when someone's giving me a gift, it's because they care about me, it's because their love language. And this little 9-year-old, her entire life has just been such a gift to me because she's teaching me how to receive that love language. She's teaching me how to be a better giver of that love language. It's also like some people quality time. I was talking to a client, and she was always talking about how her boyfriend just doesn't ever, he just doesn't ever sit down and spend some good quality time with me. I just want to connect, and I just want to get one-on-one. Well, he's running around doing things for her. He's creating a business and he's going grocery shopping. So they have two different love language. Hers is quality time, his is acts of service. So I made suggestions to her as to, why don't you suggest to him that you just want to sit down, for 20 minutes next Tuesday, or, tonight, whatever it may be, and have some good quality time. Just kind of helps her recharge her battery. And so those are things, by understanding what your love language is, understanding the love language of those that you care about, it really helps you understand more of who you are and builds that relationship with yourself. I think it's really key that you need to find these things out about yourself, because it's absolutely it's enlightening, it's educating, and I think it's a little bit freeing because it helps you understand. See, that's one of my top needs, and helps you clarify and get clear on what it is you need and what it is that you need to give to feel loved. I think that, it all boils down to you feeling loved by yourself and by those around you. And I think that this is something that's going to be amazing. So I would love to hear from you. If you have feedback, if you have questions, if there's something that you want to learn more, head on over to my Facebook page. If you just type in Melissa Risdon Fan, you'll find me. That'll direct you to the Facebook page, or it's Facebook.com/Melissa Risdon Fan, and you'll find me. I look forward to hearing from you, and please share with me what your love language is, because I would love to give it to you. Great hearing from you. Bye.